Here's the truth no one is saying out loud right now. The biggest shift happening in real estate isn't interest rates. It's control. And depending on how it plays out, it could directly impact how your home is sold, who sees it, and ultimately what it sells for. Today, we're breaking down 2 things every smart homeowner and buyer in Tampa should be paying attention to right now. If you're new here, I'm Allie St. Cyr, a licensed real estate broker and lifetime Tampa resident, and the owner of Gulf Shores Realty, a brokerage proudly serving clients across Florida's Gulf Coast. Through our Tampa and Venice offices, I have a front row seat to what's happening in our market every single day, from luxury new construction to evolving condo regulations. My role doesn't allow me to make assumptions when representing my clients' lifetime investments. Every recommendation is grounded in real-time data, careful analysis, and a clear understanding of market conditions, so our clients can move forward with confidence. First up, the growing battle between major platforms like Zillow and brokerages like Compass, and why it actually matters to you. And second, what's really happening in our local Tampa market, because what you're hearing nationally isn't the full picture. If you haven't seen it, Jared James recently put out a video that's getting a lot of attention in our industry. Most of it gets overly complicated, so here's the simple version. Right now, there's a growing conversation around where listings should live and who controls that exposure. On one side, you have platforms like Zillow, which have become the default place for consumers to go to search for homes. On the other side, you have brokerages like Compass, who is starting to push for more control over how listings are marketed, including the ability to market properties privately before they ever hit the public portals. And this is where the tension comes in, because the question becomes, should one platform control access to your home's visibility? And Jared James' point, which I actually agree with, is this: sellers should have the right to choose how their home is marketed. This might mean going fully public. It might mean testing demand privately first. Or it might mean a hybrid strategy. What we should not be moving toward is a system where one platform has the power to decide how they market your home. Now, this is especially relevant right now because companies like ERA, who we are powered by, along with other major brands, are now part of Compass. So we're not just watching this from the outside, we're in it. This game of chess is evolving quickly. This is going to shape how your home is exposed to buyers. And here's where I stand. We are not major advocates of a fully private MLS environment because transparency is important. But we are also not in favor of a monopoly. Because when options are limited, leverage is lost. And when leverage is lost, so is opportunity. What does this mean for you? If you're a seller, your strategy matters more than ever. Not just where your home is listed, but how it's introduced to the market. If you are a buyer, in the coming months, you may not be seeing everything that's available if you are searching on just one platform, depending on how listings are being distributed. The biggest mistake you can make over the next 6 months if you are looking to purchase real estate is assuming you're seeing the full market. Realtors will have to become more versatile in helping their clients research what's available. From a strategic standpoint, being under the Compass umbrella positions our brokerage with access to a broader network of private listings, allowing us to remain highly competitive as the landscape continues to evolve. And most importantly, it allows our sellers to control how and where their property is marketed. Now let's bring this local, because Tampa is not behaving like the headlines you're seeing. One of the biggest mistakes I see right now is people relying on national data to make local decisions. And in this market, that's dangerous. In Tampa, you have to go hyperlocal. What we're seeing right now in Tampa is actually very telling when you look at the data closely. Listing inventory is down, both year over year and month over month, while at the same time, overall sales are up year over year and month over month. When those two things are happening simultaneously, it's a clear indicator that our market is heating up, and that inventory is moving. Now layer in pricing. Median sales price are trending almost identical to where they were in 2025. So despite a lot of headlines and noise out there, we are not seeing prices decline. That narrative just doesn't align with what's actually happening locally. What that tells us is that the Tampa market is healthy. And if we continue on this trajectory, it's only positioned to strengthen. Now, of course, interest rates continue to be a major part of the conversation. Even small fluctuations directly impact buyer activity. We did see a brief dip in interest rates recently, which sparked some movement, but it didn't last long due to global events. So the big question now is how those external factors will continue to influence rates, and in turn, buyer behavior moving forward. Overall, we're still seeing strong demand, and it's more selective, and buyers are analyzing their purchase more than they ever have in previous years. Buyers are not rushing, they're analyzing, and pricing strategy has become everything. Now let's talk about the condo market, because that has been an interesting story to watch. Between new regulations, financing challenges, and increased oversight on associations, we're seeing longer days on market and more negotiation. If you're looking to sell your condo using single-family expectations, you're going to misread the market. Inventory is up and prices have come down. Many associations have large assessments and increased monthly fees, causing a decrease in buyer activity. However, savvy buyers that know how to evaluate association finances and stability are still purchasing, and in those cases, I believe now could be a great time to invest if you have the right team helping you analyze risk. This is one of the most strategic markets we've seen in years. If you're buying, selling, or even just trying to stay informed, this is not the time to rely on surface-level information. This is the time to understand how the system works and how to position yourself inside of it. If you want to stay one step ahead of where the market is going, not just where it's been, make sure you like and subscribe. Because in a market that's consistently changing, the people with the best information make the best decisions.